So before we start using Cassandra, we first need to learn how to install it. So I'm going to be running Linux on a Docker container because I'm on Mac OS. So I will first pull the image from Docker Hub. So I will run the container that I just pulled from Docker Hub. So I've run the container in interactive mode using the -it tag. And now I'm going to install all the necessary libraries on my Linux system. And then upgrade any packages. I will now install sudo. Okay, and the first thing that we need for Cassandra is to have Java 8 installed on our local machine. We can check our current Java version by running the following command. We get the message Java command not found, which means right now Java is not installed in our machine, so we need to install it. We can do that using the OpenJDK library. Okay, so now we can check our Java version again. And we have the correct version installed, Java 8, which is the version that is compatible with Cassandra. So next I'm going to install Nano so I can edit some files. So now I'll update my bashrc file to update some environment variables. So this is a really important step because if you forget this, your program will not know where to find your Java home. Lots of people skip this step, don't be one of them, because it's not going to work if Cassandra cannot find these variables. So this is my bashrc file, and I will add my environment variables at the end of everything that's in here. So these are the two lines you're going to need to add, and it will define these two environment variables, Java home and path. The Java home variable is just the path to where your current Java version is installed in your computer. And then the path variable will add the Java home to the path. And you want to make sure that you save these changes before you exit. So now I'm going to run my bashrc profile using source. So when I run that, it's going to run the two new lines I added, which defines the variables we need. Now we want to check that we have Python 3 installed in our machine, which we have Python 3.10.6. So before we can finally install Cassandra, I'm gonna download some other dependencies. So next I'm gonna add Cassandra to my Linux source list. I know this is a long command, but you should be able to find it in the Cassandra installation notebook. I'm gonna now install curl. And now I'm gonna use curl to install the Cassandra repository keys. The repository keys will point us to the correct URL on the Cassandra website. And now we can finally install Cassandra. It seems that we have run into this error. Package Cassandra has no installation candidate. So this is actually a really common error, and it's something you encounter when you forgot to update and upgrade your packages. We're gonna do that now. And we will try installing Cassandra again. And now we are ready to use Cassandra. Let's have a play around with it and check that everything was installed as expected. So a command we can use to check Cassandra installation is node tool status. So this is gonna allow us to see if we can successfully connect to Cassandra. It seems that we cannot connect to it, which is actually a very common error the first time you install Cassandra. So we can check the status of all the applications in our machine by running the following command. And we can see next to Cassandra, we have a minus sign, which means right now it's not started. And we can use service to start Cassandra. Okay, and now if we look at the status of Cassandra again, we can see that it's up and running, so we can run node tool status again. And now when we run node tool status, we can see that our Cassandra is connected properly. So this has been a lot of commands installing Cassandra. So it's probably best you put all of them into a Docker file so you don't have to type them again. Especially if you're going to deploy this somewhere else, like in the cloud, so you will need to run these commands again. And finally, after installing Cassandra, we can enter the Cassandra shell. And now the fun begins. And if this is working, it means that your Cassandra installation was successful. And now you're ready to store and query your data using Cassandra.